Hello everyone! Today we are going to create a thumbnail cover for YouTube video, and it will be in a free software called Figma. So let's head into it. This is it. This is the thumbnail cover we're going to create today. And I'm gonna show you what I used. I used these elements. And I'll link them down below, some stuff, so you can reuse them. For example, this video from which I took the screenshots, but you can use your own. So here I stopped on the end part, which is this one, and I took a screenshot while the video was playing with a software called Gyazo. So it's a website, but you download it and then you can see the pictures from it, from Gyazo. So I have here my buttons already pre-saved in my taskbar, so it's easier for me. And when the video is coming to the moment, I'm selecting this capture image thingy. I'm selecting the screen part I want to take a screenshot of. I'm waiting for it. And now we're preparing to take off our finger from the button. So we have this one now, but I think we're gonna use already what we have. So yeah, you can take some screenshots with it. Also, I take a screenshot of this ranking. So let's get into Figma. We have all of the elements here. The Need for Speed Unbound logo, this calendar that I want to use for saying that it's day one, my image here because I forgot here to place on my profile an image, and I saw now and I placed it already. So I want to use all of these to create that. So let's go. We want this size because that's at what size I'm making the covers. 1280 720. Yes, this one. So here you can right click, hit frame selection, and we're making a frame like that. We're gonna name it thumbnail YT. And then from this one, you can have the export settings, export at one time or less or more, which quality you want. And then you can add a suffix after it, if you want it to be for Need for Speed, day 1, day 2, 3, or whatever. So yeah, this one. Now we want the image. I'm gonna use this one for the camera, this one for the girl with the car, and this one with the background ranking. So we need them all. With this button I am centering them. I'm gonna copy them with Ctrl Z. I'm gonna back this so I still have them. And here in the frame, selecting it, I'm gonna paste them inside. And I'm gonna, for now, with Shift, scale them equally. So we see what we have. They weren't really centered because they're not the same size, as I can see. So yeah, for now, which one was it? Let's start with the camera. So we need a rectangle tool. We're gonna do roughly a rectangle, move it behind the image, select with Shift both, and mask it. Now you can select the mask here. The bottom one is the mask. You can move it. You can add a corner to it, a bit nicer one. You can, like with this eye, you can hide it and show it and see what's the result. So that's something we like, but this is taking a lot of place. So actually, let's name this camera so we are not confused which one is it. With Control D, we are duplicating this one. And now I want to move where the frame I want it to be, like here. But here I want the girl to be more like taking here the space at the center. So now you can move this like that. You can, with enter, select the mask. This one we want the corner, here we don't want it. So we're gonna hit 0 here. Then we want some more points to it. With control you can zoom in. So here we want a point, here we want a point. Then we want to select this and this point, and with shift move them to the left here where the frame is finishing. And then this one, with enter you can select again the mask, because we deselect it somehow. You select the point, with shift you move it down. Okay, so now this is nice. With the arrows you can move this a bit however you want it to be placed. And we're done here. You select somewhere else and we have this now. But this image is going out, so we need to select here clip content, so we see only what will be visible in the export. Okay, so I'm going to select these two to be camera now. With Control G you're grouping, and then we're gonna scale it a bit so I'm a bit more visible to the people. Yeah, if you want you can move the image. The bottom one I believe was the frame, so you can rename it to frame. And then this one is the camera, but you shouldn't move the whole thing, because the whole thing will move. You need to only move the image in the mask. But here you can see it's finishing, so yeah, maybe something like that, or you can move it a bit to the left and then move the whole camera to the right. Something like that. So now we have the camera. We'll see where to position it later. The ranking will be for the end. We actually need 2 images of this one. So either without we move this below, or with Control D we are creating the same image as a duplicate and we move it down. So we want behind to have the background, this image, then to have the ranking, then to have the girl with the car, and then to have the camera. So if you want to scale this girl with the car, you need to select with Control the 2 of them. But let's rename which one is what. Actually, let's make it into a folder. Control G, this is the girl. This one is the ranking. And with Control G, this one will be the background. And we can delete the rectangle we had, the gray one. So you can hide this stuff if you want, whatever you want to show here. So this is our frame, only these stuff are inside. Don't be bothered by the rest of them. So now the girl with the background, let's position it to the top maximum and the car to be below at the maximum, so it's taking the whole place. It's nicely visible. And let's add already to the image some options here. Let's make it a bit whiter. Some contrast to it. Some temperature below, a bit more bluish. I don't know. We can have here some highlights to make the face a bit more whiter. Yeah, I'll actually leave it like that. So now, while we were selecting both of these, the image that they shared in here changed at both places. So that's perfect. So let's do the same thing to the ranking. Did we do something like that? Yes, and let's try the camera now. That, like that, and some highlights. Yeah, it's nice. Okay, so all of these images have now the same settings. Okay, if we have this, we need to make the camera bigger so it covers this part here. Otherwise, we need to draw here something. So if we have me bigger, it's perfect, like this. And then we can create, we're going to move the girl on top. So now we have the background is ready. The ranking is something we wanna change, actually. So the ranking will be... maybe something like this. We're gonna see. But for sure, we want also to mask it so the camera is not visible. How you do that? You're adding your favorite rectangle. Let me show you. You're putting it here below the rank image. You're selecting both, masking it. Okay. But now you need to make this as a linear gradient. So now if this is white and this is white 100, you're moving this here, like you want this part to be the most visible, and you move this down like this to the point where the camera is hidden. And then you add here another one so it's a bit more smooth. If it's dirty, you can see more of it. Something like this. Yeah. So that's what we have for the ranking, is kind of done. You can move it a bit up so the parts that you don't want to see are hidden. And now for the girl, we need to create a custom mask here. So that's the tough part. You're hitting this pen tool and you're starting, let's start with the girl because she's the most harder. So you start here selecting points. You can continue to select points like this and change them later, or with Ctrl-Z go back and remove what you don't want. But what I like to do is just hit here. I'm hitting the point, holding the button on the mouse and moving this anchor so you can make it nicer with a nice corner. Here like this, here like that. Here we can just place it here, here like this, like that. We're making this curvier, making this curvier. Again, we just place this here, curvier, curvier, again a curve. Here as well a bit to move the direction Here again, again. Like this, like that. Pa, pa, pa. This. For example, we hit this, we don't like it. Control Z, we go back. We do that and that. I'm just gonna hit this here because we'll have here the ranking, so it's already faded, so this shouldn't be very good. But here we have the camera, so we want this car to go above the camera. So we have that, and this and that, and this and that. And I believe here we don't need anything more, so we can just do this to go back. I don't think we need this here, but let's just do it in case. So you can see how you can do it. Like that, like this, like this. And we're gonna connect it soon. So like that. For example, we made it here, but I want this to change a bit. So you're just moving this backwards in the direction where you want it to go and select this. But usually this shouldn't become, because this is a bit strange here, so you just go back and we just connect it and then we move it where we want it to go. So that's it. And now we select enter and we're done. And now we did nothing actually. We just made a vector. What we want to do is remove the stroke from it, make it a filling, move it below the girl, select both of them and mask it. And voila! We have it. Actually, if you made the whole car here, you could add a shadow or something like that. Now if we add shadow, it will be only on the cutted place. So below here it will be cut, stuff like that. Yeah, so we have it. We can now move the camera at a better spot if we want to, if we wanted to cover this a bit, if we want it to be exactly here hitting the white, something like that. Yeah, I like how it became. We can move this a bit, maximum to the left. Yeah, it's nice. I like it. If you want to change something now, for example, this one is bothering me a bit, I know, but yeah, you're just selecting the mask, hitting enter, and you can reposition the points or select the pen tool at another point, hit escape, hit the move tool so you can move the point and move it like that. If you want to move the handle, you can move it a bit, this one too, yeah, stuff like that. Perfect. So now, what are we missing? We're missing the logo and the avatar here. Let's take our avatar with Ctrl C. Let's place it inside the frame, select the frame, hit place, Ctrl V. With Shift we want to scale it equally. We move it up. We place it where it should be. And of course we can add effects if we need to. Like a bit less contrast, to look more like these people, not that much saturation, less temperature, I don't know. Whatever you want to can be done. Yeah. So now it's a bit more in the style of the game. And like this actually, you can check if you like your profile picture. You can make a test if it looks good. Now it's going out a bit of the corners. If you want it to fit better, of course you can create a mask. like a square one. You can move it up, move it below the picture, select both of them, hit mask, and boom, we have it. And you can move the mask, of course, rescale it a bit so it's perfect, or whatever. Yeah. So now we have also our profile picture here. Now let's take directly these two. Place them inside. This can be bigger. The logo, so it's visible good on the cover. Then we have this day here. We can make it smaller. I don't know, you can fit it how you like it. This isn't bad at all. But now this number, if you want to keep changing it, keep making the same series of these thumb covers, we would like to change here not only the ranking or the image here, the camera image, or the girl with the car, everything, but also we would like to say day 2, day 3, stuff like that. So if we want this, we're just taking the rectangle tool here. We're making it white, or with the picker you're taking the same color if it's different. And then we need a text here. So yeah, let's say 1 here. Let's move it, center it a bit. But we want the letter white. Let's select it. Say white. Then the stroke should be 4, I believe. And we're done. Yep. I think we have it all. So I hope you like this tutorial and follow me for more.